number one reason that I really wanted to put this show together is to showcase and talk about how many of us are doing so many great things, post-athletic career. I mean, Rodney, coaching and training. Darius, you're a teacher, and your hip-hop career is taking off. Scruggs, go-go promoter, retard, doing so many great things in business. Dijon has a clothing line, and then obviously me and TV. And some of us are dads and stuff like that. So like you, Ian, and I want you to start with your story because it's a great example of having to make the transition from athletics, to regular life. So kind of share with me about the injury, which kind of caused you to have to walk away from football, and how you made the transition from being a football player to your life now as a father.
So Chris, man, first of all, it's hard for me to share and my brother to tell you. I had to walk away pretty early during my career, especially during my prime, transfer from Virginia State. So I went for a tackle, and they would pretty much lay one head. It was a head-on-head collision, and I suffered from cervical stenosis. I could have had surgery to repair my spinal cord and get surgery and everything like that, but talking with my brothers and my family and coaches and father figures and things like that, it's life after sports, like as your show is. It was nothing else I needed to prove to anyone. Everybody could speak from whatever sport I played or anything like that. I left it all on the field.
No doubt.
All right. I always had this phrase, on the football field, when I play, that I go out there and die for my brothers. But when you're really in that situation like that,
right,
it's not like that. So I had a situation where I could have got surgery and rehab and played again, or I could just walk away from the game healthy, don't have to have any surgery, anything like that, just don't play any more contact sports. With that, of course, my number one goal was to get my degree anyway, so all it did was just make me work harder towards my degree, and be the best at it is that. And now I'm a coach, and I'm a counselor as well, working with youth. And number one thing is I'm a father, and now I can work with my son and my younger brothers and things like that, like I've been doing. That was a good thing for me to experience. I had to end it earlier, but all it did was prepare me for another round of life.
Rodney, you're the closest to athletics as far as with being a coach and a trainer, and obviously we see the training right there, the foot doctor, scrapping, etc. So when it was time for you to hang up your cleats, kind of talk about how you got into coaching and in the training.
The training aspect, I was running my father football camp throughout college and all that. So, once I really hung it up in college, midway through my college career, I was just like, I don't want to play the game no more. I just want to get back to the community and make sure the kids make the same mistakes I made. So, with that being said, the coaching came in I got forced into it. Coach OJ at Bell called my phone midway through me about to graduate college and was like, hey, you want to come coach at Bell? I was like, man, I was going to do that anyway. He was like, all right, I'll see you in the summer. And then the trainer aspect, the foot doctor, D-Mac.
Good dude.
Yeah, they're mentoring me throughout this whole way and everything. And I thank him for everything I'm doing. And when I really got part of the brand, it was just more than here. It's all over. It's not just me, D-Mac. It's 60 plus foot doctors all over, training and all that. So the real thing of all this is for the community and the youth and the kids. I don't care about nothing else but them. I want them not to do the same thing, the mistakes I made. I want them to be better in life, and I don't want nothing from them. Nothing.
Now, Darius, speaking of giving back, not only you give back in the way of teaching and being a coach, right?
Correct.
But in addition to that, or I said Darius, or maybe I should say Calc Knowledge.
Yeah, get it right.
Calc Knowledge.
Right.
So when you started the brand, you were still playing at VTech, right?
Correct. 2013.
Right. 2013, I remember. So you started posting short advice skits on social media.
Everyone's always quick to ask, oh, you do this now, you do that now. You only get one life to live. I advise every single last one of y'all to take advantage of the little time you have on this earth to try as many things as possible.
Now has grown into a rising hip-hop career. So as the Calc Knowledge brand started to grow, when did you start to think about, okay, maybe it's time for me to step away and focus on this full time? When did those start to come?
Well, when it first started, I did it as a joke. It started during camp, like my redshirt sophomore year. We would, after practice during camp,
after practice, you have like an hour and a half to shower and be in the team meeting. And I would go down. I was down there early one day, and there was a couple players. Everybody's not real social.
Yeah.
And I would stand at the podium where Coach Beamer would stand at, and I would just give them codes. It started as the DC codes. And then more and more people would, I ain't saying they was rushing to eat, but they would get down there. Then the whole team would be in there eventually. And I just took that and started making skits and taking it to social media. Mm-hmm. And then it just...
Because the jokes was funny. I remember when it first started.
And people liked how I was funny. It was humorous, but it had a message to it as well. And so it just went from one video to me taking it as a joke to everybody calling me Cout, coaches calling me Cout, reporters calling me Cout. It just blew up kind of. Took it to Twitter, and it got bigger than I expected it to be. Like,
so how did it make the transition from kind of as it started with the social media advice gets to being a hip hop artist?
Well, I basically I realized that the youth, the easiest way, I said this in my first song that I ever released, the easiest way to reach the youth is through making songs. So I just put my Cout knowledge, sayings, and things like that on the beat because I felt like it was an easier way to reach the youth. And which it was. I teach in middle school, so if I can sway them to take, if they're not gonna pay attention to me preaching it to them, just me talking in school, if they can go watch it on YouTube, in which that's what most kids on all day anyway, it'll hit them double hard, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's kind of led me to continue to make music, and the average music that they listening to is ignorance. So, and if that's all they're watching, that's what they have a better chance to grow up and be ignorant than not be ignorant. That's all they see and hear.
Now, so from your personal experiences, what advice do you have for anyone who may be struggling to make the transition from being an athlete to, their life after sports, or the next point in their life? What advice do you have? And we'll start with you.
Well, first of all, just like you give it all in your sports, whether you're gonna be any type of work you're gonna be in, give it all. Don't just because you have a supervisor who's very rude to you, or just giving them a bare minimum, you give it more. Just like in sports, you give it all, and work, give it all. Don't let nobody tell you or belittle you. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell nobody that you can't move up in this company, or your pay short, or and you know what I'm saying? There's nothing. Just keep on bringing forth. You know what I'm saying? Just working hard no matter what you do. And that's why I would tell a person, just work hard no matter what the situation is.
Cout.
I would say, I think Chris Jones used to always say that he realized, I don't know if he stole the quote, but that football is his life, but life is much bigger than football. Mm-hmm. So I think every athlete entering any sport should understand that. And I know a lot of coaches don't actually preach that, but if you can preach it to them middle school, whenever they really start loving the sport, if they can understand that early, then it'll help them in the long run, because you don't want to really hear when someone that's been to the NFL or NBA, when they come and be like, listen, because like Mike Vick and them used to come and talk to us and be like, only 2 of y'all in this room going last in the league and stuff, but we don't want to hear it. You probably thinking, hey, I'm gonna be that one.
Right, exactly.
So I think if you understand that, definitely give it your all, but understand that your life has to move on after. I think that'll help you in the long run, and start and learn to love other things just in the sport. Like find different hobbies and things like that you can do forever.
What about you, Coach Scrap?
Same thing I tell myself every day when I wake up in the mirror: do you and get money. That's all you can do with your life is you do you and get money.